I don't remember how old exactly I was or you were. I think I was about 16, which would have made you, what, 4?
I guess.
Might not remember much anyway.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to say the same thing to your mom anyway, because, that way the two of you have it. And basically, it was one night, because I had my bike down there, I think, at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if that was the time I had it or... No, because it was a time that I used to keep bringing my bike down there, and then after I had put the bikes aside, I came down there again, right before significant growth spurt, and circumstances and stuff changed for me. And during that visit, or that stay, was one of those nights that I would have a talk with her, and after Grandpa would go in bed, she would be the one that stays up late.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom, you'd be in bed, and her and your mom would be the one staying up late, and your mom usually was just in the room. So Grandma would be out in the living room, and I was out there. I just remember her telling me that it was basically like, boy, when you figure out what you want to do, you have to hold on to that and go with that 100%. And one of the issues that your dad had, and I'm using my words, but basically what she told me was, one of his problems was that he didn't believe that he could do anything significant enough to stay doing it, to pursue it as a career or as a lifetime goal. And if you figure out what you want to do, go with it and hold on to it and pursue it all the way,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And she was saying that and his lack of focus was a result of him not knowing and or believing in any particular cause or activity for himself.
Yeah.
So that resonates with me, somebody who, especially around that time, is up against different, adversities from on a domestic level and environmental level, and at that age, and not really having anybody else saying that sort of thing to me, and anybody from her generation,
right,
or even a generation younger, my parents' generation. It meant a lot to me, and it resonated with me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things that came from Grandma and Grandpa resonated deeply with me because of my adherence, not just my elders, but particularly them, because they were the elders that I didn't get a whole lot of exposure to,
Yeah.
And it's just that innate, I think, desire or instinct for a teenager or a kid to have a natural appreciation for their folk like that, especially when they are without them.
Yeah.
A lot of my ricocheting and bouncing from place to place is a result of me not having consistent folk, consistent on a variety of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Psychologically consistent, physically consistent. In terms of them being there. And,
Yeah.
my mom had health issues, so she, at some point, she just couldn't be there for me. It's no fault of her own, but, so Warley was already not there. So when my mother got sick to the point where she was not there, Grandma's generation, both her and Grandpa, their existence and their words and everything else, the impactfulness kind of intensified as my mother got sicker and as I got older and all of those things. So, when I talk about any ineptitudes of Warley, it's not like I'm blaming him.
Yeah.
Just like I could never blame my mother for being sick, But the result is that when kid or the teenager doesn't have his parents, there is a sensitization and terms of it, an adherence to the next generation or anybody, for that matter, from the immediate relatives of what's missing.
Yeah.
Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Right. All right. So basically, Grandma, sparked a set of ideas that would become a perpetual kind of like awareness of the fact that I gotta go hard at what it is that I feel is I'm supposed to be doing, whatever it is.
Right.
And that's a universal, applicable thing for any young person. You gotta first realize what it is so that you can know to adhere to it and go at it 100%.
Absolutely.
The trial, even if it's a trial and error process, you gotta at some point decide this is it, and it's a decision and an epiphany and a realization all together.
Right.
And you can only get that through living and growing. But conversations like I had with Grandma are very conducive to the ignition of applying that idea. You know what I mean?
So she showed you how to believe in yourself and apply yourself and go for what you believe in and follow through.
Yes. No, but she instilled the idea, or she definitely helped to cultivate the idea. She was one of the
catalyst.
One of the very important components in the cultivation and the sustaining of that idea. She wasn't the only person that, I guess, said those words to me, but like I said, when it comes from your grandmother, it's different. And when it comes from your grandmother, who is the mother of the father that you kind of never really had.
Right.
It's very impactful.
Right.
Okay? So, and because it zeroed in on something very specific pertaining to him, which is something my psyche has always been thirsty for.
Right.
Knowledge of him. See?
Right.
So it has a special kind of impactfulness from somebody who knows him super well. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I'm not looking to make Warley look any kind of way. I'm just...
No, I mean, both our fathers died, and we kind of had to, grow up with half of a whole, our mothers trying to make up for the missing half, the yin without the yang. So I know what you mean.
Yeah. And so, I mean, just when you figure out what you want to do, boy, go with it and go 100%.
Right.
That's the short version. You know what I mean?
Well, that's awesome. So you remember Grandma for basically kind of being the catalyst that kind of showed you that you got to see what you're good at, see what you want, and go for it, and don't stop till you do it, till you get it.
Right. Believe in it.
Believe in it.
See it through.
See it through, right.
Believe in it so you can see it through. Once you figure out what it is, believe in it enough to see it through.